Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 secrets in The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. For this list, we'll be looking at Easter eggs and other hidden details players have uncovered in Link's latest adventure, so beware of some spoilers ahead. Which of these secrets have you found? Let us know what else you've discovered in the comments below. Number 10. Musical Easter eggs. Music is a vital piece to Zelda, and has become one of the most cherished aspects to fans. Just like its predecessor, Tears of the Kingdom features several wonderful nods to past tunes. While cooking, you might hear Link humming the opening notes of classic tracks, including Saria's song, Ballad of the Windfish, and many others. For something more recent, you can hear each champion's theme from Breath of the Wild within the Dungeons of Tears that corresponds to their home. These types of Easter eggs are lovingly sprinkled throughout. Our personal favorite was hearing the Dragon Roost Island theme blare alongside the boss of the Rito dungeon, calling back to the race's debut in Wind Waker. Number 9. The Pirate Attack. One of the coolest Easter eggs in Breath of the Wild, at least in terms of locations, was Lurelin Village. This seaside town is found in the East Necluda region. During the first game, players noticed it bore a striking resemblance and layout to Outset Island, Link's home in the Wind Waker. Link's adventure kicks off in that game when a group of pirates show up to rescue their leader Tetra, who's been taken by a monstrous bird. Tears of the Kingdom built upon this Easter egg by having actual pirates attack Lurelin Village. Although these pirates aren't nearly as friendly as those found in Wind Waker, the reference seems pretty clear to us. Number 8. The Loss of CRYONIS. Tears of the Kingdom gives Link a group of new abilities to replace his old ones, though some are a bit similar. Ultra Hand is a much better magnesis, while Recall rewinds an object in time rather than keep it still like Stasis. In Breath of the Wild, CRYONIS let players create up to 3 ice platforms to get across large bodies of water. It might not seem obvious, but the fuse mechanic of Tears will essentially let you do the same thing. If Link tosses an ice material in the water, like white choo-choo jelly, he'll have a platform. However, fuse that platform to a weapon and you can create multiple, allowing you to pass with ease. Number 7. Nostalgic Fabric. After obtaining the Sheikah Slate's runes in Breath of the Wild, Link is told of the cataclysmic event that left him in a coma and Hyrule in ruin. He's told this by the spirit of the former king of Hyrule within the Temple of Time, who then gifts Link with the paraglider. It's one of the most useful items for exploring an open world, and it's a moment Nintendo paid homage to in Tears of the Kingdom. If you go back to the Great Plateau and visit the temple, you'll find a chest in the same room the king gave Link the glider in the first game. Inside is the Nostalgic Fabric, a design you can use to customize your glider to resemble Link's first. Number 6. Back to where we started. Speaking of the Great Plateau, you may as well stop in at the Shrine of Resurrection while visiting the Temple of Time. This opening area has changed quite a bit since Breath of the Wild. Despite there being a healing pool here, it isn't the same place of restoration. Towards the back, you'll find a hole that leads to a Yiga clan cave. If you grab the mighty bananas in the center, 3 members will ambush you seeking vengeance for Master Koga, who Link fought in the first game. You can speak to the Steward construct after you defeat them, who will be so grateful you'll earn a Schema Stone for the beam cycle. Number 5. Cherry Blossom Trees. The Depths and the Sky Islands give players new areas to explore for the familiar map, but the surface also has some new locations. You'll find caves with treasure and resources to plunder across Tears of the Kingdom, though they're usually tucked away. However, if you come across a cherry blossom tree, you can leave an offering of fruit on a pedestal. If you do, Link will be visited by the Satori Spirit, who highlights all caves in the surrounding area. This obviously makes them a lot easier to find. Furthermore, if you come across a bloopy and shoot it to earn money, it will usually run in the direction of a cave. Number 4. Divine Helms. Nintendo has released a great mini amiibo for The Legend of Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom makes good use of them, offering materials and sometimes armor sets depending on which you use. However, the amiibo for each of the 4 champions from Breath of the Wild offers some of the coolest rewards. They'll get you masks based on each one's divine beasts. Not only do they look cool, but they'll each give you resistance to one of the 4 elemental damage types. These helms were amiibo exclusives in the first game. You can find them elsewhere in tiers, they're just very well hidden. Using the amiibo gives you a major helping hand at the start of the game, when you're still hunting for the proper ingredients and resources. Number 3. Rauru.
That arm originally belonged to me. I am Rauru.
Rauru plays guide to Link during the tutorial of Tears of the Kingdom, and his name should sound familiar to anyone who remembers Ocarina of Time. The Rauru in that game waited for Link in the Sacred Realm, and clearly doesn't look anything like the one in Tears. But there are some similarities outside of the name. Both are Sages of Light, but the more subtle connection can be found in the Zonai King's clothing. The jewels that make up the design on his chest resembles the face of an owl. In Ocarina of Time, Rauru appeared to Link in the real world as Kaepora Gaebora, an owl with a tendency to drone on. Number 2. The Roots and the Shrines. As one might expect, given the name, the depths are a dark and dangerous place to explore. When you first enter, you'll have to rely on bright bloom seeds to light up areas. But you'll eventually find Lightroots, massive plants extending from the ceiling that are also warp spots that can cure gloom damage. However, the location of each root corresponds to the location of a shrine on the surface. They even have the same name, only spelled backwards. You can then mark the proper location on your map, making shrine hunting a lot easier. Additionally, the terrain in the depths mirrors that of the surface, with mountains becoming valleys.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Home Sweet Home. One side quest in the first game saw Link purchase his own home in Hateno Village. Naturally, we wanted to check up on it, and it held a ton of Easter eggs. Zelda had taken to living there prior to her disappearance. You'll find her diary inside, as well as photos along the wall referencing her mini side quests with the Lucky Clover Gazette. You'll also see the photo from the Champion's Ballad DLC, though only if you have the save data on your Switch. But that's not all. Down a nearby well is a secret room with a chest holding Link's hair tie from Breath of the Wild. There's also another diary, explaining you can find Link's champion tunic back at Hyrule Castle.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.